The Breakpoints plugin is perhaps one of the best plugins within Figma that will help you accurately convey how a design should respond based on different screen sizes. It allows you to take different artboards and your layouts essentially for different devices, and along with intelligent use of constraints and resizing, which is something you have to do, it will show potential employers or freelancers, clients, or even the front-end developer exactly how this layout should respond as if it were inside an actual browser that you can kind of pull in and out and change the width. So in this tutorial, I'm going to show you exactly how to use that along with other considerations when it comes to responsive design. And this is not a sponsored video, by the way. So this product, it's a 15-day trial, and I believe a single user's license starts at $18. And I believe that's just a one-time fee. You get it free for life. So I think it's a no-brainer if you're somebody who does a lot of UI work. All right, so make sure to subscribe as always, and let's get started. Now, wait 1 second. I want you to check out DesignCourse.com, which is going to be launching here in 60 days or January 4th of 2022. If it's not launched based on the time you're watching this, I want you to enter your email address because it is my new, very robust UI UX design course. And it's not just a course with video only. There's also interactive UI tests. There's also design mentorship with challenges and so much more. So if you really want to level up your game and become a great UI UX designer, definitely enter your email, or if you're watching this at a time that it's released, consider joining. All right, let's get started. All right, so the first thing you want to do is you want to make sure that each of your frames or your layouts or your artboards, whatever you want to call them, are using constraints properly and resizing properly. For this one, if I drag this out, you'll see things kind of work well in terms of just adapting to the size of the artboard. And then second, you want to make sure that when you're going from your phone layout to a tablet, and then to a tablet to a large tablet or a small desktop, et cetera, that you're intelligently placing these changes at the right points. So what I mean is, if we take this out and we start drag it out, at what point can we start to make changes based on the increasing availability of space that we have to us? So this could be a subjective idea. Let me change this from scale just to left. But all in all, that's a decision that you will have to make, essentially. So for me, I'm going to say, actually, I'm going to redo that change I just made. I think scale works better. So for me, I think if we're coming out from right around here, we could probably start to make changes right around 600 or so. That's like a small desktop, small tablet rather. And what we can do is, I'm just going to make probably a real simple change. I think what we'll do is like right around there. If I drag this around 620 or so, we'll duplicate this. We're going to rename it tablet. All right. We'll go ahead and center this stuff. Now, could be argued that you could center it on mobile as well. But either way, I just kind of want to make this a little bit quicker. I think this button's too large, so we can just drag this in. Maybe we'll push this down, increase the white space right around here, and we'll leave all the rest the same down here. All right. Then at that point, we could also say, all right, well, what else can we change? When we go out from around 620 or so, maybe around 900. Yeah, for sure. Like right around here, it's just too much. And then we could probably put these in 2 columns because we have that available space. So what we'll do is go ahead and drag this back to around 600. And this, by the way, the phone, we can kind of push around here. There we go. So we'll change this to desktop. And so for this, like I said, around 900, we could start to make some other changes. All right, so for the first change I'll make is we'll go back here, we'll left align this again. We'll pull this into more of like a 2-column layout, and we'll pull this in right here. Now, if you want to be pretty specific about your grids and all that stuff, we could change this to 12-column grid, maybe 80 or so pixels for the margin, and then we can make sure everything's lined up here. Get this lined up. All right, and then a hamburger menu does not make sense because we have a lot of space. So what I'm gonna do off screen, I already have just a real simple navigation created. And so I'm just gonna paste this in and we'll put that right around there. All right, and then I also have a illustration. We could just kind of put this weird illustration right there. And then finally, we also have, we could rearrange these. So I'm just gonna delete those. I'm gonna paste one in here. So this is what I mean by 2 columns, essentially. I will just duplicate this one as well. We could take this constraint and maybe just right align it to the right. All right, now let's hide the grid. And here we go. Here's our other layout. Now one final layout that we can create is, when we push this, there's a lot of space between these two. So we can just, collapse these into 2 columns themselves. So we'll go ahead and duplicate that. We'll change this from desktop simply to something like large desktop or something. And we're gonna pull that out. We'll delete these 2, and then off my reference monitor, we will get these lined up where they need to be, like roughly right here. And then when I pull this out, there we go. All right, so we have 4 different iterations here of the layout. So now this is where the actual Breakpoints plugin comes into play. So we get Breakpoints. Start a free trial. It says for 15 days. Otherwise, the unlimited license, $18, I believe, for the smallest one, or the lowest tier, or whatever that is. So I'm just gonna click Start that, New Adaptive Layout. It adds this weird artboard down here, and then we have our breakpoints all ready to rock right here. So right here is obviously gonna be the smallest. And then desktop, right around, I'm gonna say like around 630 will be the next one. So we're gonna put 630 here for this. So this means from 320 pixels, or really it means anything under 630 pixels is going to be this phone. And then from 630, we're gonna hit plus here to what will be the desktop. So from 630 to roughly, if we look at the largest one, roughly like right here, which is 1139, will be the desktop version. So we're gonna do 630 to 11, we'll just say 30 right here. And then finally, we'll add one more. And this right here, we'll be able to just adjust. We don't have to enter in anything. So let's see if we have this working properly. So the first thing we'll do is click plus. Oh, I forgot. One of the things that's strange is I believe, I'm not sure if it's required you do this, but it's the only way I could get it to work is to create components out of each one of these. So you select the frame itself for the layout, hit create component, create, and create. Okay. So now we'll go ahead and click here. We click plus, we choose phone, tablet, and then plus here, desktop. We'll add one more and then select this for there. So now we'll take this down all the way. And now we could select it and watch what happens. Just like in a browser. So from 320 to 360, watch once, or 630 rather, it changes to our tablet. It's not a huge change, but it's right there. 630, actually this doesn't make sense. 630 is way too out there. I believe we wanted to put 900 or so. So let's change this right here to 900. All right, so that makes more sense. Not sure what happened. I must have messed something up. So 900 to around 12. You can see the only change we made there is just right there. Now you could probably make further changes pretty easily. But what's cool is we could also just go in there and keep iterating on these, and it will automatically update this situation down here. So let's say we wanted a smaller type, maybe like 33, not 3, 33. And I don't know what happened to the opacity. All right, so let's say we wanted to make that change and maybe move this up. So we could still iterate on these and it's gonna update automatically. We don't have to do anything at all. So now if we come back here, you'll see the smaller size of the font and it all works well. So apparently also people don't need the plugin. You could just hand this file and they'll be able to adjust this down here and it will still work. So really, really awesome stuff. All right, everybody, I think this is an awesome plugin. And if you're a freelancer, somebody who deals with Figma and UI design a lot, and you're dealing with clients or an employer, etc., then I think it really makes sense just to spend the 18 bucks to get access to this plugin. Like I said at the beginning of the video, this is not a sponsored video. I just think it's a really helpful plugin. I know I'll be buying it, and I think you should definitely check it out. All right, so as always, make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you soon. Goodbye.